I just stumbled across a really great cover of The Scientist. And at first I was thinking about strength confirmation. I was thinking about Gym Crush. And then I remembered this guy who came into my Starbucks right after the separation began. I don't even know if I was recording yet. It might have been before I started recording videos. Because I started recording like a month after separation, when I was sure he wasn't coming back. And this guy just came in and asked for a water. And it was such a different kind of connection. There was palpable energy and the divine spark. And when we touched and made eye contact, he was almost speechless. Just couldn't stop smiling. And it felt like one of those huge moments that just shifts you forever. And I was so hung up on the twin flame, and in my mind it couldn't be anybody else. And even though he was beautiful and the connection was so amazing, I never even asked his name. And I've thought over the last 2 years about him. He wasn't the only one. Every so often, Spirit would send me someone, and it was usually through physical touch that I would identify them, that divine spark, that chemistry that's beyond chemistry. It's spiritual. It's energetic. Otherworldly, ethereal. His heat and light and emotion and electricity. And it reverberates through you like a shockwave. And it leaves a mark, not physically, energetically. And he might have been one of the first examples of that for me. And I came to the realization that it didn't matter if I ever saw him again. Because if he was supposed to be in my life, Spirit would bring him back. No matter the odds, no matter the circumstance, no matter the distance. If he was supposed to be here, he would be here. If he is supposed to be here, he will be here. But every single one of those people that I felt that spark from had a purpose in my life. And it wasn't always romantic. So when I touched the Gym Crush, or rather, he touched me, he just handed me something. Lost and found item. And it was just the barest, that's not a word. It was the lightest touch. Just a couple fingertips. Just for a second. But I felt it. And it's just all starting to come together a little bit. I'm not sure what the purpose is, but he has a purpose in my life. And sometimes, at least two of these guys, that Spirit sent my direction when I was so hopelessly in love with somebody that didn't want to be there. They were trying to give me hope, I think. hope that no matter how stuck I am on somebody, they can always shift that energy. That no matter how much I think to myself, it can only be them, Spirit knows they can position somebody in my life that will show me an energy I didn't know was there. A chemistry, a feeling, a purpose, a path. And another guy had a girlfriend in the car with him. She was just oblivious, talking and texting on her phone. And every time I handed him a drink, it's just crazy. And that was what happened when I went back to a store that I'd worked at previously, that I had traumatic experiences at. I had to be willing to return to a past experience and relive it on another elevation. And it was almost like that was the reward for that behavior, hope. That I would find that feeling again. Because at the end of the day, that's what Spirit kept on trying to tell me, right? That feeling wasn't gone. And when the twin flame left, I felt like I would never find home again. And I think I'm just now realizing that they used this divine spark to show me that feelings can be found with different people. Maybe, even though I didn't connect it then, they were trying to tell me that home can be another person. Another place, another situation, or rather, it'll be a different feeling altogether. Maybe what I felt with the twin flame, the home feeling, was totally unique. Maybe it's irreplaceable. Maybe I'll never experience that again. But maybe they're trying to tell me that I will feel something just as good, even if it's different. I think part of me is starving for connection right now. Physical contact, emotional connection, talking. And even though I have trouble carrying a conversation sometimes, I do want it. And it's giving the energy of like, my sister told me a story about two guys that were at the corn maze today that were literally one corner away from the end of the maze. And they were like, I can't do it anymore. I just need to sit down. And they sat on a bench for like an hour inside the corn maze right next to the exit. If they had just walked another 10 feet around the corner, they would have been done. And this perseverance, Nine of Wands energy, is what we're being guided to right now. Because right when you feel like giving up or caving in or getting on dating apps or settling for touch or connection with somebody that you're not even really interested in, right before you do that, you have to remember that it's just around the corner. I think that's why they're pulling up these memories for me right now. The Scientist, there's a line that says, I had to find you. Aren't all the best things worth looking for? Nobody said it would be easy.